We're now ready to start the third section of the library orientation. And hopefully you're still on that www.macc.edu page. Click on Libraries, click on Kate Stanford Wilhite Library, and you should be right back to our library homepage. And in this section, we're going to talk about how to find periodicals. And this is probably the most important portion of the library orientation because we find that students use our periodical databases more than they use our web catalog or more than they use our journal databases. The periodical databases are really where you start library research. And we have two of those that if you have looked at the tutorial, you'll be familiar with. The first one that I want to talk about is EBSCOhost. This has been available to our students with remote access for about 10 years now. Again, referring back to that MACC fact sheet, you have the username, MACC in lowercase, and you have the password SP2005 that will provide remote access to the EBSCOhost product. So if you want to pause right now and click on EBSCOhost and wait for that to get loaded, we'll proceed from there. And you should have a screen that comes up, EBSCOhost. You're going to want to click on EBSCOhost Web right at the top of the selection options. This puts us out on the web version. It is available to you 24/7. So it's a free-flowing database. It is updated 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It therefore has very, very current information. The next screen that should be loaded by now is the actual selection of the database that you're going to be searching. I recommend that you start in Academic Search Premier. That is sort of the mid-level of this particular database. It's going to give you access to about 5,000 journal articles, full text from 1980 forward. So this is a large database. You're going to want to be very specific with your keyword searches. You're not going to want something very broad and general where you get 10,000 citations brought back. You might also want to, at this point, use Boolean searching, where you use the words and not, or, to connect two different topics together, like economics and recession, so that you're bringing topics of economics and the idea of recession and bringing those two together and limiting your search. EBSCOhost provides many ways for you to limit your search. One of them is to click on the box full text. You're going to want to do that most of the time so that you're only bringing back information in relevancy order that are full text online. You also may be instructed by your professor or instructor to stay in scholarly articles. So you might want to click on the box scholarly peer-reviewed journals. And that will throw out all of the Time and Newsweek and those kinds of things that are not allowable for a particular research project. There are also other ways that you can limit your search in EBSCO, but those are the main ways that are going to search your time. So you might want to pause here and go ahead and type in a keyword search phrase. Remember, a 1 or 2 word phrase works well, or a Boolean search works well. Once you've done that, you should have up on the screen a listing of journal articles that are available to you full text within the EBSCOhost database. These are currently in chronological order, so you're going to want to look up at the top. There should be a bar that says descending order or date order. If you click in the little arrow drop-down box and select relevancy order, it will then reorder all of those citations in order of priority. So again, you only have to maybe look at the first 8 or 10 articles to find the information you're looking for, rather than having to look through all 300 or 400 of the citations. At this point, you have enough information given on the screen to complete your MLA citations for your library assignment. So you might want to jot down or print out the first page of the citations and have that handy when you're completing your work on your MLA citations. Now you can back out of EBSCO to the library homepage again, and this time take a look at the Gale Cengage list. It says Gale Databases, and you might want to pause while that particular program loads. It is a brand new database. We just received it this summer. It, like EBSCO, is a free-flowing database. It's updated 24/7, so very, very current information. And it, like EBSCO, is available with remote access. This time, your 14-digit library barcode is your password to get into Gale from a remote site. Now, that 14-digit barcode is right on the front of your student ID. It should start with 27060 and end with your student ID number. So you're going to want to take a look at your MACC student ID. And then Gale is very much like EBSCO. You search it by keyword. You can limit it to full text. You can change it to relevancy searching. Gale is not as deep as the EBSCO database is. It's going to have a little bit more information in HTML format. EBSCO is going to have more information in PDF format. That becomes important to you on down the road when you actually start to do library research and need original pagination and that type of thing. That's when EBSCO really comes to the forefront as a library database. So I hope that you look at both EBSCO and Gale, and please, if you have any trouble at all getting to these databases from home, my email address is right in the center of that library fact sheet page. Don't hesitate to send me an email and let me know any problems that you're having accessing these databases or with the library assignment itself. That completes the section on periodical searching, current events kind of information, and a free-flowing database.